Vortex, am I too hard on society? I can't see myself not being hard on society. I mean, you look at society. Well, I remember thinking when I was in high school that my entire generation should be sterilized. I remember thinking that because of their reaction to the book 1984. And so many people in my class thought that book was so depressing. And I thought to myself, man, all these people are probably going to breed. And they have no idea that this book is like depressing because it's telling us what's going to happen in the future. And, too many people are retarded and they don't see the forest for the trees. And even if they do see the forest for the trees, are they actually going to apply this knowledge that they have that other people don't have? Because knowledge is only good if you apply it. Just like that protein bar is only going to work if you eat it. Like you can say, oh, I got protein bars. Well, you're not eating them. So, it's like the same thing. It's like you want to brag about how you're better off than, so many people in society that believe in stuff you don't believe in. And the reason why they believe in that stuff is because they don't believe in the stuff you believe in, right? Well, everything's a replacement. And, there's this guy right now that's been trying to, intellectually explain to me why, I'm assuming why God isn't necessary. Because it's more about wanting the best for society and wanting people to get along, and that it's possible to have that without objective truth. Now, I can see your point, but I think that it's a case of this somewhat intrinsic knowledge that we have that certain things are right and wrong. It's kind of like morality is written in our hearts. We don't need somebody to explain to us that taking something from another person is wrong. We just know that it is. I don't think that the laws really work on people that either already have this knowledge on their person because they were just born with it, or they just disregard it completely and they say, oh, it doesn't matter, I can do whatever I want. The laws aren't going to have any effect on people that are either inherently good or inherently bad. And I think that those people exist, but I think way more so there are people out there, like most people, are just, boring, but they're easy to shape, they're easy to manipulate. And those are the kinds of people that follow the rules. So they're doing things because they think it would be better for the world if they follow the rules. But it's more about their ego than it is about, actually doing what is right. But I think that this is kind of a really deep conversation. And I don't think that you can explain belief in God. I don't think that you can explain things like faith you're not supposed to. It's actually against my religion to speak of thy mystery to thine enemies. So, we say that. Every divine liturgy, we say that. And it's just, I think I understand why, based off of these, arguments that I've gotten into with people. And it's really not, much of an argument. I really don't give a fuck what you don't believe, Like, it doesn't bother me. And I do think that people that behave like Christians, or rather, let's say this, behave the way that Christians are supposed to behave, okay? I think that there are far more of those people that don't actually identify as Christians than there are, people that are, like, legitimately believing in the Holy Trinity and following the path. I think that it is possible to be a good person that wants what's best for society without religion, without God. I just think that for the sheep, maybe it's better for them. But y'all know my feelings on sheep. So, yeah, I don't feel the need to explain my faith. I don't need to explain, like why I look at things the way that I do in relation to my belief in God. It's just something that I believe in. It's something that I've always believed in. And when I've tried to deny that law that was written in my heart, it's like I was a bad person, I did bad things. And I allowed myself to just go down an even darker path of self-destruction, rather. So it's like if you open one door, it's like a trap door. Like you're just going to be stuck in this maze of self-destructive behavior, and it's unfortunate that you can't catch it before it's too late. But maybe it's a good thing for people like me, because it's like it just basically validates my faith that if God exists, then there's got to be like the equivalent of that on the other end. So it's like if there are these positive forces out there that are benevolent and they're trying to encourage us to do good, there's going to be these evil negative forces that do the opposite. And so I really believe in God because I really believe in the devil. Now, you can just whittle that down to schizophrenic thought. And isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient that anytime that somebody says something that makes you, like, question your worldview, you just say that person's mentally ill? And I guess I'm doing the same thing with sheep, right? Anytime that people say stuff that I disagree with because it's too fucking boring, I say, well, you're just a sheep. You're just a sheep with your hashtags and your selfies. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I hate being a hypocrite. But yeah, I think that everybody is like another version of something that they don't like about society. But, it's all about continuing to talk to yourself, continuing to ask questions, continuing to learn, continuing to grow, continuing to be criticized, continuing to, piss people off with your level of self-scrutiny. Yeah, I don't know how to not scrutinize myself. I know that sounds really, like, narcissistic, they're, like, really obsessive, but I'm like, dude, narcissists are not doing this. Trust me, they're not. They are not self-analyzing. They don't believe in that because it would hurt their ego too much.